Galactus will destroy the Earth. As many people know, this film is set in an alternate dimension than the MCU that we know and love. That means that the Fantastic Four are the only thing stopping Galactus from destroying the planet. Despite doing everything that they can, it will prove to not be enough for the planet-killing entity. In a last-ditch effort to fight him, they will meet him in space to try and stave off his Earth's destruction, but this will backfire, sending them to a dimensional wormhole that will bring them to our MCU. This will explain the post-credit scene that we saw at the end of Thunderbolts. This would be an extremely bold way to end this film, and would also bring back many of the wavering MCU fans. Having the weight of failure on all of these characters would bring out a lot more interesting and compelling storytelling going forward. It could provide another ticking clock, as it were, as Galactus could make his way into the MCU, setting up how powerful he truly is, only for him to show back up and try and consume the Earth of the MCU. Doctor Doom will be revealed as an older version of Franklin Richards. This theory is quite out there, I know, but when we look at the facts, it might not seem as crazy as you think. In the comics, Franklin is one of the most powerful characters that Marvel has ever created. From his genius intellect to his reality warping abilities, he would match the profile for a newer take on Doctor Doom. During the fight with Galactus, the Fantastic Four are thrown out of their dimension and into the MCU, leaving a newborn Franklin alone in the world. Without his family there to look out for him, he would be raised by the government, making him into the mad Doctor Doom. It is only when he is fully grown that he figures out the way to cross over dimensions, joining the MCU and enacting revenge on his family for leaving him. This will create a brand new perspective for the connection between Doctor Doom and the Fantastic Four. When you have this in mind, it is also easy to see the resemblance between Pedro Pascal and the concept art for Doctor Doom, played by Robert Downey Jr. Many fans are expecting Doctor Doom to be a Tony Stark variant, so this twist would be quite a shock to many fans. The Fantastic Four leaving the universe will create the anti-Avengers. At the end of the film, the Fantastic Four will leave their universe, leaving a power vacuum in their idyllic 1960s society. They are shown to be loved by all, and they seem also to be the only super team in the world. So, if they did leave, this would create quite a stir. Because of that, the world will turn in on itself, and many different factions will rise into power. Perhaps even Hydra could make its return. We know that Chris Evans is making his return in Avengers Doomsday, so this could be the universe where he turns into Captain Hydra instead. This would also make it possible to introduce many other evil variations of characters that we know and love because of Galactus' destruction on the Earth, as well as the Fantastic Four leaving the planet. Johnny will be the one to form the connection with the Silver Surfer. Johnny Storm is most notably known for his brazen and cocky attitude to basically everybody. Despite that, he's also known for his ability to connect with almost anybody. It is because of that ability that he will be the one to form the bond with the Silver Surfer. It will be because of that very bond that she turns her back on Galactus and helps the Fantastic Four save the world. In the comics, it is usually Sue Storm that forms the connection. However, the Silver Surfer changing to a female could mean that they are altering that dynamic some ways. This relationship, whether it be romantic or otherwise, could be a great way to show Johnny's true character beyond the bravado that he puts off. Galactus will take Franklin as his new herald. As we have said before, Franklin is an immensely powerful being. So powerful, in fact, that Galactus would raise an eye. Once he senses Franklin's powers, Galactus changes his form in order for him to go to Earth himself and capture the newborn baby. Because of this, he will free Shalla from her shackles, and she will join the rest of the team and help fighting him. This would completely change the stakes of the film from broad to very personal. In every trailer that we have seen so far, they have hammered home the idea of the Fantastic Four being a family.
I got family.
And that's how they're going to defeat him. Having a villain attempt to break up that family would be a perfect choice as an antagonistic challenge. We would also see these characters go beyond the level that we thought they would, as they are now fighting for one of their own. This could also be why they were forced to leave their universe and into ours, trying to save Franklin from Galactus, only to doom our planet. The Fantastic Four getting their powers is the reason Galactus is coming. During their mission out into the stars, the depowered team of astronauts discovers an alien entity. As they are investigating, a cosmic ray shoots out of this alien entity, giving them all their trademark powers. It is this same cosmic ray that will shoot out into the universe and waking up Galactus from his sleep. Once he has a taste of this, Galactus will follow the trail back to Earth, as the Fantastic Four still have trace amounts of the cosmic ray due to their powers. In the trailers, we get a line from Reed saying how all this is his fault, that he reached too far into the stars. Having the Fantastic Four be the reason that Galactus found Earth could invert all of the goodwill that they have built up so far. This would also make sense as to why the team was trying to flee the planet, trying to lead Galactus away from the Earth, only for them to end up in the MCU. Doctor Doom will appear in Fantastic Four to help fight Galactus, but it won't end well. While Reed is the most intelligent man on the Earth, he will be unable to solve this problem alone. Desperate for any help he can get, he will turn to one of his sworn enemies, Doctor Doom. Having already battled years ago, they have agreed to a stalemate, with Doctor Doom allowed to be free as long as he stays in his home country of Latveria. Doom will agree to help Reed, developing a device together that will stop Galactus from obtaining the planet. However, Doom has his own plans on how to get rid of this planet-eating entity. Instead of destroying him, he intends to send Galactus to a new dimension along with the Fantastic Four. This would allow Doom to take over the planet with nobody left powerful enough to stop him. Doctor Doom is set to be the next big threat to the Avengers, so setting up his smarts and ruthlessness in this film would be a great way to set the character up. It would also raise the stakes for the MCU, as now Galactus is something that the Avengers will have to contend with, as well as Doctor Doom being out there somewhere in the multiverse doing whatever he pleases to his world. Herbie will be the Fantastic Four's version of Jarvis. The lovable and goofy robot sidekick of the team has more going on than meets the eye. Much like Jarvis, the team relies on Herbie to do many of the daily tasks that they don't have the time to do. However, through time, Herbie will develop further and further and become more powerful than Jarvis. Eventually, these robots will turn into an Ultron-like system, but unlike Tony's design, these won't try and destroy the world with a giant meteors. This idea was already set up in Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. Reed, being the futurist that he is, sees that the world needs protecting from threats like Galactus, and not seeing any problems with this, he will continue his research. This could see a return from the Avengers villain, Ultron. Galactus will be revealed as a future version of Franklin Richards. One of the aspects that makes Galactus such an interesting villain is that he is actually part of the universe, meaning if he dies, so does the universe. This has led to the Fantastic Four and company trying to find new and creative ways of stopping him that don't just involve punching him a lot. The reason Galactus is such an essential part of this universe could be because he's actually Franklin Richards, who has manipulated reality to make himself live forever. Franklin's cosmic powers are shown from the moment that he is born. These powers continue to develop as he grows older and older. In fact, the power grows so much that he becomes godlike. With this new perspective on the world, he begins to detach himself from humanity and pursue an everlasting life. He discovers that the key to living forever is actually consuming the energy of a planet. While at first he only chooses planets with no living life on them, he quickly discovers that there's more energy to be found with living life planets. After centuries of destroying thousands of worlds, he begins to hate who he's become. In the last act of his twisted sense of humanity, he travels back in time and decides to consume Earth when he's a newborn, stopping him before he can become the monster that he is today. There is precedent for Franklin becoming Galactus in the comics. This would also explain why such a powerful entity has laid dormant for so many years. After Galactus lays waste to the Earth, it will become the home of Battleworld in Avengers Secret Wars. In the end, the Fantastic Four will fail, and the Earth will be destroyed by Galactus. After seeing what's happening, the team has no choice but to fly off into space. It is there that they find the wormhole that brings them into the MCU. While they have escaped, the world they leave behind is a wasteland with no survivors. Or so we think. None other than Doctor Doom himself will use the remains of his planet to build his Battleworld. A planet where heroes and villains alike will all come together and fight to the death. With Avengers Doomsday and Secret Wars just around the corner, the MCU needs to start laying the groundwork for such epic stories. Having our heroes and villains fight on a dead Earth would bring an edge to the MCU that many have felt that hasn't been since Endgame. It would also be a chilling reminder of what could happen if the Avengers ever failed. With Fantastic Four First Steps being set in its own pocket universe, the possibilities of what could happen have exploded. This film distinguishes itself by being free of all the lore and established rules of MCU proper universe. However, the confirmation of the Fantastic Four joining our universe at the end of the Thunderbolts has led many to believe that this film won't have a happy ending. What are your theories? Let us know in the comments down below. As always, thank you for watching Screen Rant, and be sure to check out more of our videos on your favorite franchises.